Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of PGR2 Platinum Handicap playthrough, and in this part we are looking at the Sports Utility Series, and this isn't everybody's favourite series, and it's not mine either, but anyway, we'll jump in, have a look at the cars, and the Porsche Cayenne Turbo obviously dominates this class, so it's quite unbalanced in that respect, but we'll have a look at the other cars in the class and rate them. So the Volvo XC90 is the worst in the class. It's the slowest. It's just not very good at all. The handling isn't actually too bad, though. Even though it only says 1 on the handling stat, I don't think it's that bad. Maybe that's because it's so slow that you don't really notice it. But moving up, we've got the Chevrolet SSR. A little bit quicker than the Volvo. Still not brilliant, but because it is quicker, you'll be able to do more in that. And then we've got 3 cars that are pretty close together. We've got the Ford SVT Lightning, the BMW X5, and the Mercedes ML55 AMG. They're all fairly close. I actually hate driving this Ford SVT Lightning, though. It just handles awfully. But it's fairly quick in a straight line. But I just don't like driving the car. I'm putting that in 4th place. It's just not very capable compared to the Mercedes and the BMW, I don't think. The BMW and the Mercedes are very closely matched, although the Mercedes is slightly better, so I'm putting the BMW in 3rd, Mercedes in 2nd, and then the Porsche Cayenne Turbo is all the way out in front. So yeah, completely dominates it. So if we have a look at the events, so first of all, we've got a hot lap, and I really did try in the Mercedes to do this, the second best car, but I just couldn't. I was over a second away from the target each time, so it's just completely dominated by this Porsche. So we're going to have to use this for the platinum target, I'm afraid, but we'll put a little handicap on it. Let's go in blue there. So 58 seconds for this hot lap. I think I'll put a handicap of 57. I can get under 57. I don't know what my best has been, but we'll try and do that. So out of all the events, we only have to use the Porsche 3 times, which isn't too bad, and I'll try and do a handicap for each one, so it makes it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, we'll jump into this one, get this one out of the way, and then move on. Right, so 57 the target. This thing is so hard to get used to when you've been driving better cars. All the SUVs are just horrible to drive. This is the best out of a bad bunch, though. And this next set of corners, I can never do properly. Bit of understeer there. That wasn't horrendous, though. This is hard, though, this next bit. The car just does not want to go through that S-bend. Well, I don't think that was too bad. Not sure if it's under 57, though. 56.5, that'll do. So I could have put the target down maybe slightly there. I could probably go quicker than that, to be honest. But yeah, it's not too bad at all. There's only so much I can do with the handicap when you're already in the best car anyway. But yeah, we'll go with that for that one. And the speed camera, obviously, goes without saying. Oh, let's just see what the other cars could do in that. Surprisingly, every car in that could manage gold, apart from the Porsche can do platinum. So is that really balanced that well, that medaling system, that the Volvo can get gold in that? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be. What is the gold target, actually? Yeah, 103. I don't know how comfortably I got it in the Volvo, but still. 5 seconds is quite a large chunk on that sort of track. It's not that big. Right, we'll go into the speed camera. Obviously, we're going to have to use the Porsche for this. 115 miles per hour, but I did manage 116 miles per hour once, so I'm going to attempt to do that again for the handicap. This car just literally nearly rolls over through that chicane section. Right, that felt decent. Come on, 116. Yes! Oh. That took probably, I don't know how long. That was, I'd say 30 to 40 attempts. I got 115 a million times, which is a slight exaggeration. But there we go, 116 miles per hour. So that is possible. Pretty close, though. That is, you have to get the exact right line. Luckily, though, on that one, avoided going on 2 wheels too badly. If you go on 2 wheels through that chicane, it does slow you down, I think. Anyway, right, so what were the other cars on that event? So on the speed camera, the Volvo and the Chevrolet SSR could only do silver, and then the Ford SVT, the BMW X5, and the Mercedes ML55 could get gold on the speed camera. So moving on to a street race in Edinburgh, and we're going to use a car that isn't the Porsche Cayenne Turbo for the first time, and that is going to be the Ford SVT Lightning. So we'll jump into that. So in the Porsche, the Mercedes, and the BMW, this is possible, but the Ford is the worst out of those 4. So we're going to go with that. I could not do it in the Chevrolet. It's just a little bit too slow for this. And this is only possible because on one corner, I can't remember which corner it is. It's at the end of a straight, but the 2 Porsche Cayenne Turbos in this race sort of power slide into the wall and slow down a lot. So that's how this is possible. So we're going to try this in the SVT Lightning. Come on. Come on, Ford. Right, so we need to do this corner nice and clean. That's good. Get ahead of these idiots. Right, we need to concentrate on these 2 now in front. Which is easier said than done. Right, they always crash into that wall. Unless you're in front of them, then they crash into you. That's the only problem we've got here. Right, I'm going to leave this 3rd gear. Because 4th gear does not do this car any favours. Then we need to get close enough to this guy to be able to do this. And that is the only opportunity we're going to have to do that. In this corner, the car basically rolls over on. Oh, crap. Oh, this is going to be horrible. It's pretty obvious he's going to overtake me here. So we'll do that. Ow. I'm power sliding. Right, those 2 can fight each other. The problem is you have to concentrate on those behind, so you're not really paying too much attention to the corners. They should smash into there. Yes. Oh, that is perfect. They've actually taken each other out. That does not normally happen, I have to say. Considering I've got to the 3rd lap about 4 times already. And I'm not helping myself taking these dreadful lines. This thing just does not turn around corners. They're usually right on my arse right now, so this is just complete luck at the minute. We've got a 5-second lead here. Right, that was a bit better around there. That was complete luck, I am not going to lie. They're usually right behind you on the straights, and you have to do some crazy blocking to try and fend them off. But for some reason, they took each other out. So it's complete RNG, the street races and one-on-ones. Obviously, you can drive well, but it completely depends on what the AI are doing as well. See, I've completely screwed that corner up. But they always do that. And the white Cayennes come on out on top there against the purple one. So if you change to 4th here, he stays at 111, so it's pointless. I screwed up again. Oh, I just can't drive this car at all. And it's not the last time we use it, spoiler alert. It's just constantly rolling on 2 wheels. Right, that wasn't too bad. There we go. First one done in not using the Porsche. That took me quite a lot of attempts, I'm not going to lie. I managed to get in front of them quite a few times, but they'd always just spin me out, or when they're behind you going into corners, they ram you from behind and push you into the wall. It's actually very annoying. But we managed to win by 4 seconds, courtesy of them taking each other out. So that's very nice. So in that race, obviously, everything can get platinum apart from the Volvo and the Chevrolet SSR, and they can get gold in that. I don't think there's 2 Porsches on gold. I think there's maybe 1 and something else. Right, then we have a one-on-one against the Porsche. So this is quite annoying because it sort of starts on a big straight, and then there's a hairpin at the end of the straight, so it does limit what you can do. But if you fly down the straight, you can dive bomb him on the hairpin. So I managed to do this again in the Ford. This is so hard on this track as well because the track's so narrow and horrible. I tried in the Chevrolet, but it's just not quick enough to get to the Porsche before it gets to that hairpin. So SVT Lightning, it is again. Oh, this is so difficult. The thing is, we dive bomb him on the first lap, then he comes around on the second lap and dive bombs us back. So it's not ideal. I need to get a really big head start with this dive bomb here. Let's see what we can do. Oh yes, that was perfect. Oh, that is absolutely perfect. Because I ended up facing the right way as well. That's never happened before. I'm usually facing the complete wrong way, and so is he. And it's a race to see who can turn around first. But I've got a 15-second lead. In fact, he's still stuck on the hairpin. Oh, he's just managed to come out. Right. Well, hopefully the race has just been won by pure luck on the first corner. Which is annoying, because if the Chevrolet SSR was quick enough to get around that corner... to get down the straight, sorry, into that corner, then you could do it in that car, but it can't catch the Porsche up before that hairpin, which is kind of annoying. But to be honest, I've been a bit lucky in the previous 2 races in this car because the opposition took each other out, and then we just got lucky with this on this one. That hairpin in this car is not fun. Just this track in this car is horrible. It literally takes up the entire road. Taking a terrible line through there. Yeah, out of the X5 and the Mercedes and this car, it's so much more difficult in this car just because it can't turn properly. It's horrible. Oh no, I've just ruined this. I'm not concentrating now. Well, we're 12 seconds ahead. I've never ever done that before on this. That was just complete luck. I managed to actually just face the right way coming out of that hairpin. Complete luck. But there we go. There's 2 platinum medals in the SVT. That one is a bit of a pain in the arse. To try and stay ahead of the Porsche, a bit annoying, but yeah, couldn't do it in the SSR. So, now we move on to the cone challenge. So, originally, I tried it in the SSR and the Volvo and both of these, and I just couldn't do it because they're so slow and you can't make it between cones, so you have to do a little slide in between quite a few of them, and then by the end, by the time you get towards the finish line, you run out of time. So I didn't think I could do it, so I did it in the SVT, but then I tried again, and I tried a completely different tactic, where I actually miss out 2 cones, and I go wider on a corner and cut back in and get a good line, and I actually managed to do it in the Volvo. Yes, we are doing a platinum medal in the Volvo, 13,000 on the cone challenge. This is not easy at all, but with this new strategy, it made it a lot easier, but it's still pretty difficult, so we'll try it. I knew this one was going to be the problem event. Right, so we don't have enough time to link these together. So we have to just drive normally through here and build up the combo as best we can. So we've got to miss them cones, go wide in there, and it leaves us much more speed through here because the combo usually drops about here. And it doesn't, so we're fine. Although that was pretty slow. But we are quick enough, that's fine. Right, quick enough here as well. But we do need to drop some slides in here, otherwise we will time out. That's pretty slow. Is this going to be quick enough? Just. The whole 2 laps is on the limit of dropping the combo, basically. I've got to do the same thing here. That was a little close to comfort. Is this quick enough? Yes, it is. Right, that was better through there, I think. Yes, we're quick enough. That was so close. Right, we're on for a winner here. Come on. Just don't need to mess up these slides. Come on. Right, we're still fine. Still fine. Yes, that's got to be it. Yes. 13,800. Actually, 14,000 with the clean race. Oh, you have to concentrate so hard in that. Right. So that is the strategy for the Volvo. I couldn't do it first of all, but then obviously going wide out on that corner instead of going through the cones, I managed to get enough speed to go down that straight and do it. But it's definitely a race against the clock because it's too easy to drop the combo. Far too easy in that. So if you slide between each of the gates, you just don't have time to do it. Right, we're down to the last 3. So obviously on the cone challenge, because I can do it in the Volvo, I'd say it's possible in every car there. So moving on to an overtake. And right, so in the Mercedes and the BMW, I found it fairly comfortable to actually do it. But in the Ford, again, because of the track and because of this Ford's cornering ability, I found it pretty difficult to do this. It's quite close on the limit, and again, it's going to be a hard event. In the Chevrolet, I couldn't do it. Miles too slow. But in this one, probably have about 10 seconds to spare if it's a perfect run, so we'll try it. The fact that this is easy in the X5, and yet jumping into this, it feels almost impossible. Just shows you the difference. That felt okay. I think drafting the cars makes a big difference. So it all depends on where you overtake them. If you overtake them in a decent place, you'll have the straight to draft them on. If you overtake them on the corner, then it's not ideal at all. So we need to overtake this Mazda before the next corner because it's a pain in the arse otherwise. Come on. Oh, that's looking alright. Can we just about get past him? Yes. And that was a decent corner around there. Right, this is looking okay. It's Integra to dispatch. Is that going to be around this corner? No. But we're overtaking them in decent places at the moment. Right, I've got 3 to go. This is looking a little more promising than usual. Right, can I get this Z4 before this corner? Or is it going to be right on the corner? That's fine. We can deal with that. That's alright. Right, this is much more promising. Yes, because we usually overtake that. Yes, this is good. We're fine. As long as I don't crash, that is. Which has been known to happen. See, I'm either like 10 seconds okay, depending on where the cars are placed on the track, 10 seconds up, or like sometimes I just can't get anywhere near them. I'm like probably a decent 10 seconds behind. So the better you drive in that, the better positions that you overtake the cars in, so then you carry more speed through. So it's just, if you start driving badly or not quick, then all the cars will be on the corners and it's impossible to catch them up. So yeah, the better you drive in that, the more chance you have of doing it. Obviously, that goes without saying, but it's especially apparent in this because you get in the draft zones of the other cars when they're on the straight and not on the corners, instead blocking you. So yeah, that was a bit uncomfortable. That took a lot of concentration, a lot of attempts, but I'd probably say that's the hardest one so far out of these lot. But we've got 2 street races to go. Yeah, what happened on the overtake? So the Volvo and the Chevrolet can both get gold in that. So the street race. Now this one, there's a corner that the AI go really slow on for some reason. It's just a circle track pretty much. But I actually managed to do this somehow in the Chevrolet. I hate the look of this car. We'll go in yellow just to make it look even worse. Yeah, there's one corner where all the AI slow down a lot. And I firstly did this in the SVT, Lightning. And then I just thought, let's try it in the Chevrolet. And it just about manages to do it. You have to get the perfect start and everything. But the Porsche does get away. But we'll try and reel him in. You got a really poor start then for some reason. What the hell was that? That was a bit odd from that Ford. Fortunately, I'm going to be stuck behind this Mercedes. I actually just hit the wall. That might have helped me out there. By a complete chance. Right, 1.4 seconds. Right now, 1.5 seconds there isn't too bad. Now, he's going to mess up a few times on that corner. And they just completely ruined that then. As soon as we can get into this draft zone with this Porsche, we're in business. How far are we saying there? Right, 9 tenths. That is completely doable. And I may have just ruined it. Still only 9 tenths. I think we're okay, actually, even though I just completely ruined that corner. Four tenths. He's still getting away on the straight, though. Oh, that's so bad. Right, this is going to have to be it. 6 tenths. Such a weird track, this. Right, can I dive bomb here? That's it. It's the one. And I've just got to hold him off on this corner. Yes, done it. Oh, that took a lot of attempts again. That was just pure luck. The first corner and getting ahead of all those guys. I did actually mess up a corner there, so I could have been ahead earlier on. But, yeah, just because of that one corner they mess up, you can do it in the Chevrolet. I tried on a Volvo, but it's just not quick enough. It just gets dropped way too badly on the straights on that one. So, interesting so far. So yeah, everything got platinum in that one, apart from the Volvo, which got gold. So we come up to the last street race of the series and the episode. Again in Moscow, 2 laps of this huge track, and it's just impossible in any other car that isn't the Porsche. It's just, you start on a huge straight, and then you have a left-hand turn, and obviously you're in last place at that point, and the Porsche's in first place. There is only one Porsche in this one, but then we have a left turn and then another big straight, and then by that time the Porsche has disappeared and you just can't do anything. You can't dive bomb them, you can't do anything. So we are forced to do it in the Porsche. But I had a little think about what to do, considering this is a handicap playthrough, and what I'm going to do is give everybody a 14-second head start. That's what I worked out. That's about right, and hopefully by the end we should overtake the other Porsche. Right, so I've got timer going there. 14 seconds. Yeah, this is a big track, but again, it depends about overtaking the other guys if you can do it well enough. Right, so we're 12, 13, go. So this is my experiment to see if I could do this, and I think 14 seconds was about right. But yeah, depends if you can overtake these other guys and they don't get in the way, really. We need to try and get past most of them on the straight. And that was really bad, actually, that corner, to be honest. And that corner wasn't brilliant either, to be honest. Right, we can overtake him on the straight, but there's a huge gaggle of them up ahead. Try and get around the inside of him there. That's better. But that wasn't ideal, that corner. Right, we've only got a couple more to overtake that could possibly get in the way. Oh, that was so close. Hop over that apex. Right, I think it's the Mercedes, actually. Just helping us turn in 4th gear. It's a little bit slow, actually, to be honest. I'm not sure how we're going to do here. This is definitely the furthest ahead they've been. That's a bit slow as well. Right, I'm hoping... Hopefully it's about 8 seconds. If it's any more than that, I might have a problem. 7 seconds, alright, that's actually pretty good. Although, that was terrible. Glad to see the back of this series, to be honest. Although, I did enjoy doing the cone challenge in the Volvo. Because you just never ever drive that car in this game. Unless it's for meme purposes. Just taking the mick out of it. 4 seconds behind. We might actually catch this up sooner than I have previously, in all fairness. Oh, that was a pretty bad corner. And that one was as well. It might be about right, actually. One second behind. Running out of road, though. That's a bit better. Actually, we're overtaking him a lot sooner than I have previously. So that's fine. We'll see how many seconds we actually finish ahead of him. Oh, crap. Well, that's just ruined that, hasn't it? Oh, it's the first time I hit the wall. A little bit annoying. To be honest, I'd say that was probably near the limit of what I could do there. My timer's still going. Yeah, maybe 15 seconds I could push that to, I reckon. Yeah, we're a second ahead, and I did hit the wall. So, yeah, but 14 seconds was definitely a big enough handicap anyway. So that was something different. There's not too many times through the whole playthrough that we have to use the best car. Most of the times it will be in the speed cameras, but the only other sort of classes that it's going to be a problem in are obviously the Roadster series. I'm just trying to think, are there any others where it's like you have to use the best car in any other events that aren't the speed camera? No, in fact, that is going to be, I think, just the Roadster series. And then obviously use in the speed. I'm not counting the speed cameras. I just mean in other types of events. But anyway, and that's the Sports Utility Series done. So we did manage to use quite a variety of cars there. I don't think we managed to actually go in either of the BMW or the Mercedes. The background sped up. That's weird. I've not seen that before. Right. Anyway, there you go. Now it's back to normal. Right, so in the next series, we have Pacific Muscle Series. Now, this is the most balanced class in the entire game. So that's really nice. So that's going to be an interesting series to come up next. But I'll pop up the medal spreadsheet, as we do in every episode, and have a look. So you can see, actually, it's surprising how many gold medals are in that spreadsheet there. There's only 2 silvers, which are the Volvo and the Chevrolet in the speed camera. And they can get at least gold in every other event, and then platinum in the Cone Challenge, and then the Chevrolet could manage platinum on the second to last street race. But yeah, the first hot lap, they all got gold. Porsche got platinum, and then obviously the speed camera, the Porsche got platinum. The 3 better cars got gold, and then the 2 worst cars got silver. In the third street race, managed it in the SVT, so they all got platinum, the top 4. And then the other 2 gold. Same story with the one-on-one. They're just not quick enough to take out the Porsche. The Cone Challenge, everyone can do platinum. The Overtake, which was actually very difficult in the SVT Lightning, but easier in the other 2, the BMW and the Mercedes, and then very easy in the Porsche. And then the Volvo and the Chevrolet got gold in that. The second to last street race, I managed it in the Chevrolet, but the Volvo could not quite do it. And then the third, or the final street race, surprisingly, again, the Volvo can get gold in that. I mean, it's just not balanced, the medaling system at all, really. If the worst car that's incredibly slow can get gold, and it's the same as the Mercedes. So, yeah, that's a bit strange, but obviously the Porsche can do platinum, and we had a handicap of 14 seconds there. So looking at the points, the Porsche got 40, then we've got the Ford, the BMW, and the Mercedes 3 points behind on 37, although the Mercedes and the BMW are quite a bit better than the Lightning, in my opinion. And then dropping quite far back, the Chevrolet on 33 and the Volvo on 32. So quite a big gap there. The Volvo is 8 points adrift of the Porsche, which was more than the Honda Integra was adrift of the BMW, I think, in the other series. but not as much as the Mazda was adrift of the Porsche Boxster. So there is that. But yeah, next episode, Pacific Muscle Series. This is going to be a fun episode because it's very balanced, the class. So that's the end of this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed, as always, and I'll catch you in the next part.